Hello there. Welcome to Ewok Talk, a podcast about all things Star Wars. Back at it again. I'm Nicholas Koss here with
Diana Dizon.
And I'm Jethro Bing Bong.
All right. We're just going to jump right into it this week, huh? It's Mandalorian, episodes 13 and 14. Episode 13, The Jedi. Yeah, that's been a pretty hyped episode. What did you think, Mo? Because I know that you had kind of no real preconceived ideas of like Ahsoka or anything.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I've seen her in certain media, either in video games or I knew she was in the Clone Wars series, and she was like Anakin's apprentice or what have you, but she is kind of a badass. It's nice to see a Jedi use the full extent of their skills on hapless enemies. The only other place you really get to see that is Anakin killing the Tusken Raiders and in any video game involving a Jedi. But it was nice to see that in The Mandalorian, how powerful they really are.
Nick and I feel differently. Just generally, Ahsoka Tano is probably one of my favorite Star Wars characters in general. So those are like really big shoes to fill. And I don't really... It's hard to explain how I feel because I have so many mixed feelings about this episode specifically, but I don't blame Rosario Dawson for the things that I didn't like about the character. I will say that.
Yeah, I agree. I think she did, as good of a job as she could have. Like, that was a good performance by her and everything. Do I think she was the right choice for Ahsoka? Maybe not, but, that's not my decision to make. I don't think I would have. I don't know anyone that comes to mind that I was like, oh, that was the actress who should have been Ahsoka.
Right.
I will say, though, I think where this episode really fell flat for me is a lot of the direction of the actors and the action and everything. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I liked seeing Ahsoka. I thought it was cool seeing her. I thought it was really cool. A lot of the visual elements of the story and the content of what was there was cool. But Dave Filoni as a director for live action, he's not very experienced. I think his first live action thing was the Gunslinger episode from last season. Mm-hmm. And I don't really think he's got a lot of, I don't want to be mean or anything, but I think he's got a lot of room to grow, honestly. And I know Ahsoka, he made that character with George Lucas for the Clone Wars, and that's his, that's almost like a daughter to him, that's like...
For sure, yeah, no, it's his.
So that's his character, so I do believe he should have been the one to direct this episode, but he could have used some help with choreographing the action to make it more interesting and more punchy and feel better. I especially think the beginning sequence, there were some cool shots, and I liked the idea of it, but I thought they were trying to convince me Ahsoka's a badass really hard. Like they were it was just felt very try-hardy.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think that's just something that's common in a lot of things that Dave Filoni is a part of. I don't doubt his, I am so glad that he's part of this series and a part of Star Wars in general, because he is such a good fan and he adds so much to just Star Wars, the Star Wars universe, because he knows so much. That's obvious. I'm not trying to argue against that. It's just when it comes to the technical skill of directing, it isn't the same. Just because you love something so much doesn't mean that you can execute it in the same way. We are not going to get a lot of people will not like that we're saying this.
A lot of people are going to be upset about this, but I really do want to bring up a big thing that I know people are not going to, there's going to be some hate probably. But I've been seeing, I don't know if you've seen this, Mo, but I've been seeing online a lot of people being like, Dave Filoni, our savior, he's carrying the Star Wars franchise on his back. Oh, blah, 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 all these things. And I love Dave Filoni. Don't get me wrong. I think he's great. I think he's definitely a contributing factor for why The Mandalorian is so good. Mm-hmm. Why all of these different shows and stories have come together in such fun, interesting, like ways that appeal to the fans and everything. But I think he's getting too much praise, honestly. I think people are ignoring all of the other people that have gone into these productions that have made them as great as they are. Like, are we going to ignore the fact that Jon Favreau wrote almost every episode of The Mandalorian, minus 3, and those 3, I have them written here, are The Gunslinger, The Prisoner, and this last one, The Jedi. I mean, it's debatable, but those 3 episodes are some of the most divisive, like, amongst
Those
the
are
fan
probably
base.
my 3 least favorite episodes, to be completely honest. Yeah.
Wow. This episode, The Jedi, one of your least favorite episodes.
I mean, like,
Writing-wise, yes.
yes, because for this season, there's a lot of things I'm just like, this is great. I love this. Awesome. But, like, this is a very high bar, set
absolutely,
for
yeah.
Ahsoka, So you're expecting so much. And like I said, I'll get into this more, but there's so many things that I loved about this episode. And I'm sure people will be like, oh, you're nitpicking, and blah, 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 blah. But it's like when your weak point is directing actors and even like directing shots and stuff like that, which are so integral to like what you're presenting, I have to take points off of that. Like I
can't just, I
I
can't
can't
just be
ignore it.
like 10 out of 10 just because I liked the ideas that were in this episode.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, for me, I see what you're saying about the action sequences. They did feel like a little off. It wasn't like, oh, this is like heart pounding rhythmic. It wasn't rhythmic action directing. But I don't see anything wrong with. I guess I was just so excited to have a Jedi. I'm a big Jedi boo. That's why I watch Star Wars. I like lightsabers.
She's not a Jedi.
Hate this.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, though. Like, I was excited as well to have. Like,
I was very thrilled, but I was also
see
very
someone-
like stressed by the idea of just like I don't know how this is gonna turn out.
using the Force and lightsabers and stuff. Yeah, I was excited to see that. But I will say that, like, even besides the action, did you not feel like a lot of the dialogue was pretty wooden in this episode comparatively to like some of the past few? I think that the delivery was a bit hollow.
Yeah, I rewatched the episodes before the podcast just to like, make sure I wasn't like making shit up in my head. But yeah, you could see it over and over again, like of all like that was their weakest point is their delivery. And just rewatching a lot of the action scenes, especially that last scene that she has with Morgan Elsbeth. So many of like the impact points are totally missed.
I was talking to Diana earlier. Imagine an alternate universe where every episode of The Mandalorian that we have seen, instead of being directed by all these different people that have been coming through and stuff, imagine if it was written and directed solely by Dave Filoni. I think a lot of these episodes would fall much flatter than they have.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these directors are really good, and unfortunately it just shows that like their directing is a lot stronger than his, and that's why this episode was a little bit disappointing. But I think I will compare it to George Lucas. I love George Lucas. I think he has really cool ideas. He's a little out there, crazy man. Do I think he should like write and direct? No. What do I think?
That's a little hard.
No, I just don't. I don't think he clearly doesn't have a way with actors. He clearly doesn't have a way with writing dialogue. But look, he's got really interesting visions for what he wants to see on screen.
Clearly, yeah.
And I feel the same way about Dave Filoni.
George, Dave, I know you're listening. I'm still a fan. This is Jethro, by the way. Nick and Diana, forget him, okay?
Yeah. What's your name? Jethro Glip Glop?
No, Bing Bong.
Bing
Dude, my
Bong.
father's name is Glip
Bong.
Glop.
Bing Bong. Oh, my father's Glip Glop. Call me Bing Bong. Okay. Well, I think that's enough. Like of the foul talk towards.
I mean, we're gonna go back to it.
also-
I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Before we move on, I just want to say, I'm not talking bad about anyone. I want to bring up, I don't know why people seem to not want to give Jon Favreau credit.
Yeah, what
for
did he
this show.
do?
Whoa, I don't know what you guys are
I've
talking.
not
I always
been-
see Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau mentioned together, like, oh, these
Really?
two
No.
guys are like making it happen.
But I feel like other people who like we talk to about stores and stuff, just like they fucking hate Jon Favreau.
Why?
I don't know. I have
Because
no
he was in
clue.
those Marvel movies.
It's just money, baby.
Look, Jon Favreau, he's one of those other people. He's he's directed some of the best episodes of The Mandalorian. He directed the first episode of this season with Cobb Vanth and the Crate Dragon.
Love
That
Cobb
was an
Vanth.
amazing episode. And obviously, like we've said, he's written a lot of this stuff, and obviously he must have tapped in with Dave Filoni to like get the lore and things and references right. But like Jon Favreau clearly has like a really strong vision for this show, and like you cannot deny that he has been a big part of why it's been successful.
Yeah, and like bringing all these different people together, like he plays a very large role in that. Like
Yeah,
it's like not debatable. He's the guy.
absolutely. I don't know why people don't like him. I'm not really sure, but
Yeah, to be fair, we
if
don't
you
know.
don't like Jon Favreau, please let us know why in the comments.
Yeah, because we don't know what he did.
Yeah, I just want to know. But let's actually talk more about the details of the episode and get into the things that we
Yes,
liked.
I would love to.
Oh, I just have more things I didn't like.
Oh yeah,
but-
yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. All right. Well, let's just
our
get into
opinions
it
were
more.
just better.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean, mine are just like layman's things, like, oh, why didn't she deflect the blaster bolts back?
I told
Well,
you.
this goes back to
Why?
the action that we're talking about. I agree. Why didn't she do stuff like that? I also think like I think her costuming was a little off, or it didn't seem conducive to being a Jedi. Like it was very like kind of samurai flowy but baggy and everything. And like
Yeah.
Jedi, I mean, I assume, like she was even trying to do flips and stuff. I'm like, come on, that can only be like dragging you down, right?
She's been wearing
Like,
her hakama.
that's what it's called.
What's a hakama?
They're like they're samurai pants.
Ooh.
Japans, if you will.
Japan.
Yeah, I mean, like
I
the
gotta get
pants-
me a pair.
Those pants are cool. Those pants are cool, but I'm not really sure that Ahsoka should be wearing those
I know.
pants.
It's just like again, we're gonna get into this further in the conversation when we talk about things that we liked. But yeah, it's just like that's what it was based off of.
Okay, yeah. I
That's
mean,
cool.
I thought her location was cool. I love the setting. I love the foggy forest. As soon as they landed, I was like, damn, this place is gonna suck.
Yeah, it was very misleading from what you assume this place is going to look like.
Right.
I loved it. Yeah. I also really liked, I just want to mention that I don't know if those things have names yet, the beasts that were just eating the bark.
Oh
of, like,
yeah,
the
I don't know
dead
what they're
trees.
called, but they're very cute.
I liked those a lot. It was really the first shot we just kind of see their silhouettes. And I thought that was really cool. It kind of reminded me of In A New Hope. Like when they originally had the dewbacks before they
yeah.
CGI'd them, they were just kind of in the background, distant silhouette looking things. And I thought, I don't know if that was intentional, but I liked it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely added to like the environment. But I will say that this like episode in general was gorgeous. It was so pretty. It had the same effect on me as that other episode did that Bryce Dallas Howard directed. Just the colors work so well with his armor, and it was like dirty and gritty and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that. And there's so many things about like the sets itself that were just very visually appealing. Like the art direction on this episode was amazing. I loved it. Even like her what are we calling it? Her house.
Yeah,
house.
the fortress. Clearly, it's a fortress.
Yeah,
Oh, her fortress.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
I really liked how
They
everything
had a
looked.
little koi pond and everything.
Word. Koi ponds confirmed.
Do they have koi? We don't actually know though. So
Baby
there's
Yoda clearly
Starkoi.
wanted a snack. He saw those.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was I just thought a lot of it was so good looking, and it was so like, oh, you wrote in your notes at least how it was inspired so much by Akira Kurosawa, and that it's so evident in everything. It's really cool. There's so many things that like I think Dave Filoni had obviously a large part in it of like developing how the Jedi and even like Star Wars in general is inspired by a lot of these old Japanese films, and it's awesome. But at the same time, like, so much like thought is put into how they produced this entire episode and the show in general. But I think that when it comes to a lot of their dialogue, that also comes off the same as if like we're watching an anime and stuff, and it's like confirmed weeb Dave Filoni. Like I think that's why so much of it comes off like wooden, is because they did a similar thing for Aladdin, where they're like, we're gonna make it like Bollywood and stuff, but they took certain things from Bollywood where it's like inspired by it, but it just didn't work for. It's just like you need to know the line, you know, of how you don't have to take things so literally. You know,
yeah, that is interesting. That is interesting. I thought, what did you think about the Michael Biehn character? You know, the bounty hunter guy that works for Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get his deal at all. It seemed like there was this like tension set up between him and like there's clearly there's a parallel, right, between the bounty hunter Din Ferrick.
Din Djarin.
Dinkin Ferrick is
Dink Ferrick
is Dinkin Flicka is a slang word in the Star Wars universe. But yeah, there's a parallel set up between him and the colonel or whatever's head of security and the bad magistrate. I didn't get his whole thing at all. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but he wasn't really set up to be anybody for that moment.
I thought that was a bit of a missed opportunity. They didn't really flesh that guy out at all. That could have been an interesting parallel.
Yeah.
Know? And I also thought, I love Michael Biehn, but he just sounded too much like an old man. Like he didn't seem like someone that was going to be useful as a bodyguard. He was just like, I'm Mando. Rody. He reminded me of that guy. I forget the actor's name, but the guy who plays, he's also in Modern Family.
Oh, he plays Jay Pritchett on Modern Family, but I don't remember his name right now. I'm so sorry.
I'm blanking. But it sounds like a mix between that guy and the dude who plays the professor from Chalk Zone. Rody.
Chalk Zone. That's a throwback.
I hate cartoons. He just seemed like, he shot his shotgun like twice, and it looked like he was having a lot of trouble holding that thing up. I don't know. He was not threatening in the slightest.
Yeah, I like the power trip though, where Mando just, pew pew takes him out. Ashoka has to do all this whoosh, whoosh, zoop, zoop. And Mando's just like icing these guys one after another. And look, that's how it should be. Ranged weapons were invented for a reason, no matter what kind of lightsaber you have.
Mm-hmm. I also really liked the HK-87 assassin droids.
Oh, those guys are cool.
Those look neat.
Those were cool. They didn't really do anything.
Yeah, they didn't do much.
But they definitely looked cool. I'm always a fan of seeing some more battle droid type things in Star Wars. I like that. I want to see some B-1 battle droids again someday. But I'll take what I can get.
Well, one thing I thought was, kind of sad. Like, I love the power stuff. I love the power moves they're pulling. But it sucks the tension out, and I felt like a dumb way to add the tension back in is to have Ashoka fight the magistrate, lightsaber to Beskar steel spear. And I guess my biggest question is like, why don't you just take it away from them, like with the Force? Because I've seen that like a million times.
Yeah, right. I agree. I don't really know why Ahsoka in this episode just did not seem to really use the Force much as a weapon. I know she, maybe force pushed a log or something, but yeah, she didn't really do much of that.
Yeah, Nick and I were discussing it earlier, and my best guess is because she doesn't really identify as a Jedi. She doesn't want to rely on the Force, and I know that not all people who are Force sensitive are Jedi or anything like that, but that's just my best guess. Is that it's not something. And also, her hands is bitch. She got 2 swords.
Yeah.
That's true.
She goes into these things wanting to be like, I want to show off how good I am with these swords, instead of like, I want to win this fight.
Yeah, well, I think that just also goes with the whole like samurai feel of this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, samurai don't use the Force, so I think, yeah.
You don't know.
You're right. I don't know much about that. That's also why her lightsabers are white, because she doesn't. She's like, I'm not a Jedi. The Jedi burned me.
Oh,
we really got to watch Clone Wars with you because
there
we
are
should. Some good episodes.
I hate the white lightsabers.
Yeah, I think in live action they're not.
Yeah, they're not as cool.
They're not very visually striking.
Yeah.
I don't mind them. I think they're fine. Could they be better? Sure.
Yeah.
But I really like how she utilizes them though, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got a cool style.
I will say I don't really see what the point of like turning them on towards each other and going
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that is.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, that's another like this isn't an
Samurai.
anime. Sorry, yeah. It's like
Yes, like you're on. Yeah.
that
This
whole
is-
sequence really is like when she's like phasing in and out and like walking past looking all smug. And I'm like, that's really cool and all, but like it just doesn't work as well in live action.
Well, and I think it could have if the directing, the shots, the editing were different. I think that's all just a problem that goes back to what we were talking about with Dave Filoni being relatively inexperienced.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of like in the beginning sequence when there's like that follow shot.
Oh my gosh.
I hated it.
Okay, worst shot in the episode. Do you remember the very beginning sequence where she's like fighting the people in the
Yeah,
fog, and then
yeah.
all of a sudden there's that really dumb like sped up shot
yes,
towards the
Jesus
guy. I was
Christ.
like, that really made me scared that the rest of the episode
Yeah,
was
I
gonna
was
be.
terrified because I was immediately like, Dave
I was like,
here.
dude,
Yeah.
I was just like, why did you do that?
That was done once well, and I'm pretty sure it was in the opening of Evil Dead back in 1980, whatever. And it only worked because you didn't know what the hell you were, and you were like moving really fast. But
Right.
this time I know I'm a
Yeah.
Jedi and not like a scary monster or
And,
something.
and we're all aware of video editing at this point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just like, oh,
It was
boy.
just the
Yeah, it's like, right. And it was like, that was like a monster scary, like B movie
Yeah.
shot. And it's like, that doesn't fit here.
And again, you can work it in the story elements. If Ashoka had some unshackled side because she lost connection with the Jedi and she was actually kind of bad or something and
Yeah.
had tension, blah blah blah, could have
but
worked, didn't
no,
work.
And
yeah.
I think it could have even worked if maybe it was more of like, that just seemed like a poorly done shot. If it was like a steadier, like faster.
Yeah, and it was
like,
very choppy.
Yeah,
It was a very like, I'm walking towards this guy and we're going to speed it up in post. That was probably my least favorite moment of the entire episode, which
Yeah.
is, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's not really a deal breaker.
yeah. If a shot is your least favorite part of an episode, I guess that's fair. But it was a pretty bad shot.
Yeah. Well, the story elements I liked a lot.
Mhm.
I appreciated all of the story elements.
Yeah.
We get to learn the child's name, Grogu.
Ah, Grogu.
And, it's been growing on me.
It's funny because you guys talked about all this other stuff you don't like, but Grogu is probably one of the things more popularly. People are like,
Right, yeah. And I mean, like, I've been thinking about it. I don't know if Grogu is the best option they could have come up with that would, I think there's probably something cuter they could have made up, but,
Thought it would start with a Y.
right, Yoda, Yaddle,
Yeah.
Yimby.
It's like, look at Yimby. That's a
Yimby.
nice one.
So Grogu is a will, right? Like Whill.
No.
Wait, I thought Yoda was a will.
No. Yoda's species
They're not
has not been
determined.
explored.
Yeah.
What?
That's the only species in Star Wars that doesn't have like a name or like a backstory.
So they could have named this
determined.
guy anything.
Yeah.
Could have named it
Hans.
Jethro.
Yeah.
Jethro.
I was talking to Jethro here. I actually know a Jethro.
They should've
Jethro, if
just-
you're listening,
they
I'm
should've
sorry.
Just name Baby Yoda Bing Bong. Hey, little Bing Bong.
I mean, Baby
It's so
Yoda
funny.
is a legit name for people who knew Yoda and then knew this fucking guy. And they're like, yeah, sure, all right.
Right, that's why they called him Baby Yoda, because we didn't know. We've
Yeah.
never known what the species
Well,
is.
I mean, that's why we called him Baby Yoda.
that's why everyone in the fan base did.
Yeah, but nobody in the show
Oh yeah.
Well, they didn't call him Baby Yoda
because they didn't know Yoda
They would just.
They'd never seen Star Wars.
until
Right.
we met Ashoka.
Mhm.
And she's seen all the episodes. And she knows Yoda. So I'm just saying.
Ahsoka's at home watching her Blu-ray of Return of the Jedi, and you're just like, "Oh, hey, look, there's Annie's son. That's nice."
Yeah, I mean, I think the Grogu name will catch. Like, look, that's the thing. How do I say this in the most polite way possible? Some people have names that are bad. It's not because any cultures are bad or they are bad. It's just people don't like certain names.
It's just his parents named him something dumb.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
hold that against Baby Yoda.
I don't, and I'm going to keep calling him Baby Yoda, but Grogu is growing on me.
Yeah.
I did love. We'll get to it, but I loved when in the next episode when Din was just like Grogu, and he's just like, huh?
Yeah, no, it's I think my only like real like my last remaining thread of me not liking that name is because it's so similar, not so similar, but it's similar to Groot. And it's like there's baby Groot, you know, and it's just like a little like, you could have tried a little harder to make it different. But yeah, other than that, I'm totally fine with that name.
It's not a coincidence that famous weeb Dave Filoni names him like Baby Goku or whatever. I'm just saying.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
This is Gohan. No relation.
Yeah. Next episode,
Which means
we're
rice.
gonna have Krillin or Bulma, and it's like, all right, you can't get one past us.
Yeah.
There's a Piccolo. It's little green. Oh my god.
That would have been the perfect name for Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Piccolo.
Sorry, Nick.
What if it was a
I'm
girl?
not
That'd be
amused.
even crazier.
This is just okay.
Little green.
Well, I have one more thing to touch on in this episode that I thought was pretty cool that I didn't come up with. I saw some people online, fan theories and such, and I think this is actually pretty legitimate. So that Morgan Elsbeth, right? From a lot of things I've seen online and like watching the episode again, looking at her wardrobe, her hairstyle, just like how she knows how to fight like that. I'm pretty sure she's a Night Sister,
Oh.
which is really cool.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
And that makes some sense how she could like hold her own a little bit against Ahsoka.
Right.
Are these the Night Sisters from Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, the Night Sister Marin was in Fallen Order. Yeah.
Oh, but wait, she doesn't use any magic.
Yeah, no, that's why I think not a lot of people. I think it's a very subtle thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it seems like maybe from the way she was dressed and everything that maybe she's not really trying to be a Night Sister anymore or not show that
she's the
she.
Ahsoka of the Night Sisters.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. I mean, I thought that was cool. Like,
yeah, no, that's actually a really cool parallel if
And
that's the case.
and I believe that the actual like costuming or the hairdresser of the show
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that like that character is a Night Sister, like in some social post she was doing or something about like I got to do the hair for like the Night Sister whatever.
Oof. Stop. Now you're making me salivate over the plot that could have been. Ugh.
Well, maybe
could-
she'll
still
come
could
back.
be, yeah.
Maybe she'll come back and do some
now
magic.
I
ain't
have,
dead.
suddenly I went from regret to hope, baby. That's what we're delivering here on Ewok Talk.
Hey, it's like Star Wars.
It's almost like we're talking about Star Wars. So, and then like the last thing that happens in the episode, besides from Ahsoka talking to Mando, is Ahsoka's like, tell me where Grand Admiral Thrawn is.
Oh, that was cool.
And do you know who that is?
I
Mo?
looked him up, but apparently he's a big old scary blue fella.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can't wait to see this guy.
Yeah, that's what they call him on the street.
Right. A lot of people are excited about his
Scary
possible.
Blue.
Scary blue.
A lot of people are excited about his possible return.
Now I really gotta get into he's in the Clone Wars, right? Is that what
He's
he's
in Rebels.
He's
Yeah.
in Rebels? Okay. I have to get over the animation thing. I have to watch Rebels.
Yeah,
Clearly there's so much fun stuff
You
in
can
there.
watch Rebels. I won't watch Rebels.
There's a lot of fun stuff in Rebels and Clone Wars. There's a lot of cringy stuff in Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah, there are episodes of Rebels that I do genuinely enjoy. Mostly ones that Nick has like handpicked for me.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, I'm just like, I fucking hate this guy.
I really don't like Ezra Bridger. He's the main character.
If
of
we
Rebels.
see Ezra Bridger in this goddamn in the Mandalorian, I'm gonna flip.
You
I don't want to see him.
You gotta
do
help me
him
out a
well,
little
I
bit
wouldn't
here.
mind, but I don't know.
So what's the plot? What's the synopsis of Rebels?
It's about the main character is a Force-sensitive youth who joins up with like basically a group of I guess you would classify them as terrorists against the Empire.
That's right. Empire did nothing wrong. Subscribe at R. Empire did nothing wrong.
And yeah, it's a good show. There's some really cool, good moments. It explores like the birth of the rebellion.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool show. But like I said, there are many cringe episodes and moments.
And this Ezra Bridger fella apparently is a big part of it. So I don't know.
Yeah, some people really like him.
He sucks.
He's a little too whiny for me.
Oof.
We'll see.
He
We'll
gets
see
a
what you
dumb
think.
haircut at some point,
Oof.
and it just makes it even worse. I'm sorry. We can stop talking about Ezra.
Yeah, we don't gotta talk so much shit about Ezra.
I feel bad because my brother actually really likes that character, and he's just like Ezra, right? I'm just like,
Trying to keep the peace at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what we fight about in Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Star Wars is the main topic of arguments. It's
better than fighting about politics.
All right, is there anything else you want to bring up about this episode before we move into the next one?
Oh, that next one, please.
Okay, yeah, episode 14, the tragedy.
Wow.
What a
an
name.
episode.
Robert Rodriguez, and I'm not going to harp on it anymore, but I will say, seeing this episode, the direction by Robert Rodriguez, as opposed to the last episode, come on, it's night and day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally agree. No one
Absolutely.
can deny. I loved it. I thought it was so... you guys go first. There's so much I liked about it.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start.
Tomorrow, more.
Okay, well, yeah, we can
please,
start there.
please.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I just want to say, when the slaver won,
When slaver won, slave trader won.
I have literally won the right to call it whatever I want, because when Slaveroni won, shows up on screen, my fists were clenched so tight. I thought they were going to burst. For those of you who've been following the show for the past couple of episodes, me and Nick have had a running wager on when Tamora Morrison, if Tamora Morrison would show up again. And I just want to say at the last minute, I pulled through, everybody. So, fans of Team Mo, give yourself a pat on the back.
You got it on the 4th episode of our bet, so
hard, yeah.
Lost 3 times.
Woo!
Really got that 4th one in there.
That's the Mo motto, baby. Who cares about the first 3? You make it in the 4th.
I'll wear you down.
Yeah, you got me.
Watch out, ladies.
And honestly, I've never been so happy to be wrong.
That was a joke.
Because goddamn,
I know, it was amazing. Honestly.
Tamora Morrison as Boba Fett and as Jango, it's just like, that's probably one of the best casting decisions that George Lucas made for Star Wars.
He was Django too.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ewan McGregor is first, but Tamora Morrison.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, but Tamora was just so good in this episode. You really he just feels like a badass. You believe he's a warrior.
Yeah.
You really like every line delivery. He's just got that gravitas in his voice that it's just like, I'm behind everything this guy is saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, we've discussed this before where we have reservations about bringing characters that are already established into this series. And I was so nervous about having Boba Fett in it because I'm like, I don't know if they're going to do him justice. Because I had the same concerns with Ahsoka, But what they did with him in this episode, and it was a short episode too, I was just blown away. He did such a great job. They just did such a good job of incorporating him. And there's so many good decisions were made in this episode. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a simple man making his way.
Yeah, he said the line.
We got Tamora Morrison
and the
here.
thing is that he said the line, and it's just usually if I heard that was in the script, I'd be like, okay. But he says it, and you're like, that you were born to say that.
Right. Yeah, no, it wasn't cringy. Well, I think a lot of the reason why that works so well is because he is the one who delivered it back in 2002 as Jango.
He says it every morning. He gets up. The first thing he says
it to himself in the mirror. Yeah. But and oh my gosh, the debut of the knee darts in live action.
Yep.
That's great. When he just puts his knee up and
yes.
That's what makes them run away, the stormtroopers.
And they're like, yeah, everything else they were cool with, they could handle, but that they were like, oh my god, he's got knee darts.
He's using them.
Retreat.
But yeah, let's start with the beginning of that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's just Mando and Grogu just bonding, and he's all like,
yeah,
Grogu.
So adorable.
Yeah, no, it's so sweet. I want to hate it a little bit just because okay, this kind of cute, but it's so endearing,
Right. And I'm sure, especially people who, don't really follow The Mandalorian and don't really care about it, I'm sure people are getting really fucking tired of seeing Baby Yoda everywhere, marketed and everything. but he's just so wholesomely cute. Like I can't hate him. He's not like a minion or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, people say that he's like that Baby Yoda is just a minion for like geeks and stuff. I saw it on Reddit, and I'm like, it's different. There's so much more that goes into like just the foundation of this character.
He's not just a cute side character.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just think that like even as a fan of the Mandalorian, I get Baby Yoda like exhaustion too.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
Not me.
I do, and then like I'm like, oh my god, and then like I see another episode, I'm just like, they can't stop making this motherfucker cute. Like, god damn it. Like I can't help it.
Well, it's funny you mention that because this is the first episode where we're seeing the raw power inside Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Which I cannot wait to see more. Every time he does something fucking like when he picked up that giant rhino. I'm gonna call it rhino. I don't care what the real name is.
Yeah, Mudhorn.
Muhammad.
When he picked that up, I was like, damn, this guy is raw. You know what I'm saying? And he's got this force field around him. Force, whatever. Yeah. There's a lot more to come, and that's why he's not a minion, right? He might even become more of a main character towards the end of this, and he's already becoming like heading in that direction. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And I really love their relationship growing because, again, like, Mando's supposed to be, like, this really stoic character. Don't talk much. Don't like showing people his face. But seeing him interact so sweetly with what is essentially his child, you know? It's just nice to see a character turn that way so genuinely. And you're like, this is cheesy, but in that way, it makes it even sweeter, you know?
Do you think there's going to be a point in the near future of the show that Grogu is going to leave Din and go off with somebody to be trained?
Well, let's get meta really quick. Is there a confirmed season 3?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so
there's
then
like
no.
a confirmed season 10, really.
Well, on IMDb, there's confirmed for at least 2 episodes in season 3 right now.
Okay, so no, I don't think they're going to leave. They're going to leave each other next season.
Well, no. Yeah, I don't think they're going to by the end of this season. But I wonder, I mean, in my mind, that has to be the conclusion of the show, right? Because you can't go on and be like, now Din's just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
It'd just be him being depressed.
Yeah.
Like,
Grogu
I miss
left.
my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And look, I would, moving forward, of course, I'd love them to interact more, but they are on divergent paths, and that's why it's kind of a beautiful story that they came together, or he came out for Grogu to take care of him, and he's coming to grips with that reality in this episode, right? It's like, oh man, you're gonna have to go. You just have to promise you'll go. Don't worry about me. Just your old man.
Yeah.
I was like, God,
like you
Yeah.
have to see how, like, what comes of this. Like, you need to know. So yeah, I think it's just one of the things that just keeps you attached to the show in general. They did a great job just with that premise alone.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Other things about this episode that I like. Okay. Fennec Shand.
Fennec Shand, yeah.
Fennec Shand.
Incredible.
Oh, man. Ming-Na Wen.
Fa
So good.
Mulan.
Oh, is that? No.
No, that's Mulan. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
in that case, I'm boycotting this episode.
No,
Thank you
the
very much.
the original Mulan.
Oh, in that case, I love this episode.
Yeah, no, she was amazing. So good. Such a badass character. I like that she's kind of a robot.
Oh, yeah. I thought my immediate thought was like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. But I'm like, yeah, I love it. It's stupid, but I love it.
I don't even care how dumb that is. Like, this is awesome. She's awesome.
Men love girls with robot waists. Calm, obedient. Work fast paced.
Go Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like that part, that reveal in the episode was probably like the only thing that I would term like cringy, but I mean, that's nothing. Like I still thought
in comparison to everything else
that has happened in all of Star Wars.
and I really love that character. Just in general, I love that they have like these Asian like women specifically in this series, and they're doing great jobs. I think they're all really cool, and I like it a lot.
Oh, really, really quick shout out to the last episode. My man, no-line Asian character who is the hero of the town.
Yeah, everybody's
Love you.
like, yeah, you bet.
I hate to correct you, but he did have a couple lines.
What was his line? Oh, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people in my life have that as their one line. So.
Yeah, that's his one line. No, please don't talk to me. Get the fuck away from me.
Please don't
Bando.
talk to me. Okay, back to this episode.
It's fine. But yeah, no, I mean, there's just so much to say about like just the action sequence. She's so fucking cool. I'm really glad they brought her
She's
character
so
back.
great. It's just like we knew from last season and that short appearance in The Gunslinger that she was like an expert marksman and like a very dangerous assassin. And then being able to see it here was like, wow, that's really cool. Like she was really good with a blaster.
Yeah. I discussed this with Nick a little earlier, and maybe I'm reaching here, but last season, that episode was directed by Dave Filoni, and it's just like she wasn't as memorable as she was in this episode.
I didn't remember.
Exactly. So like now when you see her,
Right.
like you can't forget her now
Yeah.
because she was used, the action and her character was just utilized so well by this director.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but also I think that is a little unfair just because her role wasn't even written to be nearly as large.
And that was a
last
flaw.
Yeah.
So
I'm just glad in this episode she says, "Oh, you know me, I don't miss," and then proceeds to not miss again and again. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, and
oh,
just
she was good.
all of her, like, everything that she shot, the way that just the execution choreography was so rhythmic.
Right, the way she moved around, like she looked like a believable like assassin. She didn't look like she was awkward or stumbling around at all.
Yeah, when she threw her helmet, I was like, that's so cool. I don't know. And when she kicked the boulder,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's just so much about her. I'm just
That's
like, this
so
is
much fun.
awesome.
Now the boulder.
I mean, let's just talk about these stormtroopers and their
Oof.
tactics. Actually, trying to
Oh,
do
right.
something. Actually, trying to have He was trying to get them to flank around. They were trying to set up a
Calling him
cannon.
an idiot.
They were using a mortar for the first time, I think, that we've seen
Yeah,
in
no,
live
I've
action.
never seen those kinds of tactics before.
Sir, I think there are 3 protagonists up on that hill. Flank them, you idiot!
No, sir, they're protagonists. We can't.
Yeah, I mean, look, they had squad weapons, they had a mortar, they had a heavy machine gun. I just am never gonna get over this man sees this enormous boulder heading down.
Oh, yeah.
From what was it, like a 400 meters? He's like, man, this boulder's gonna stop eventually.
My only thought is that, yeah, maybe he just knew that that thing was going to crush the cannon if it got to it, and he knew they needed to keep the cannon, so he was trying his best to save himself.
He was
and the
gonna die
cannon.
regardless.
Oh, yeah, he knew he was done for, I mean, no matter what.
But maybe he thought maybe if I shoot enough at it, it'll explode.
It was starting to come apart.
It was crumbling.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most futile action, but it was comically like hopeless.
Yeah, no. It's when you play Ring Fit Adventure, you can blow boulders with a few pumps of the thing. So maybe he was just like, it's just like that.
It's just like Ring Fit Adventure.
But yeah, no.
Famously stupid, fellas. Famously stupid, but hey.
I mean,
I do
go ahead,
think-
sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say I do think these guys were smarter than some of the stormtroopers that we've seen this season.
Yes.
To be fair.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's true. That's true. No one could beat the stupidity of like chapter 12 or whatever.
Oh yeah,
On that
in
ship.
the hallway.
Oh man, they
That was the worst.
got so fucked up by like Boba though.
Ooh.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, like let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to Boba because like even with his staff, he's just like he hates these motherfuckers. Like it's so obvious.
Wait, so can someone break down why he hates them again? He just does, right?
yeah.
I mean, he was like a soldier for hire. He worked for the Empire, but he never loved them. And then he kind of got bumped into a Sarlacc pit. That was
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah, I don't really think it was a perfect. I don't
Not a
agree that
personal
that it
thing.
was a hatred towards stormtroopers in
Yeah.
general. I just think that guy is a brutal
Yeah,
warrior.
no, he's just brutal when it comes down. Like, if I saw him coming towards me to attack, I'd be like, yo, man, I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry. Because you could see it in his face.
Yeah.
Like, he's out here to kill you,
Yeah.
like, for sure.
I just want to say that if you were to see him and say, oh, I'm sorry, man, that would make you better than 90% of stormtroopers. Because apparently they're like, what are you doing?
Also, I saw this online, some comments, people commenting, Boba Fett. Am I right? And I don't agree at all. I mean,
I don't even understand what that means.
they're saying that Tamar Morrison has, I guess, put on weight in his age.
Oh, Boba Fett.
Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
Wow.
And it's just like, wow, man, Mo, you are easy.
That's just how human bodies work, man.
Plus, I mean, I don't think he's fat. I think he's a muscularly built man.
I think he's a big dude. Secondly, even
He
if he
is
was fat, like, can you like it? That's not like a slight, you know. Like he's
Right, he's not Cobb Vanth skinny.
Yeah.
You are
like,
correct.
He's a strong dude. He's wrecking these people, and you're gonna define him being like, oh, he looks a little chubby. Like, shut up, you fucking child.
This has been the biggest step forward for husky dudes in like 30 years of media since Jonah Hill.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
He is fat. Whatever.
no, he's not anymore.
He was
lost-
fat.
he
Whatever.
lost
In
all his
fact, that
weight.
was the
He's-
biggest betrayal against
No.
husky dudes.
Are you kidding me? That's a really great success story. I'm very happy for him that he
Wow, this
lost
guy
all that
hates
weight.
fat people.
I didn't say that. I can't celebrate a man bettering his life.
Bettering? Wow,
No,
unbelievable.
Yeah, you're not gonna get me to say that being fat is just as good as being healthy.
Can you edit that so that that's what he says?
Uh-huh.
Regardless, I think the point is like to draw attention to that, and for people to think that's funny is it makes no fucking
Yeah,
sense.
silly.
I thought it was
Yeah.
funny.
They also, well, yeah, Mo, you laugh at the slightest breeze.
That's true. That's why I'm on this podcast.
You're a light touch.
Yeah, that's why we bring him on here, because he just laughs at every joke we throw at him.
See, I did it again.
Anyway.
There he goes.
Okay, so but going back to that, when he finally does don the armor, it's fucking cool. It's really cool, and he's just like, you don't think this is my armor? Let me show
Oh.
you.
The receipts.
Yeah.
He's got the
He's got
receipts.
the
Oh, he
receipts.
does on his wrist. But I mean, it was so cool to see him using the armor in
Yeah.
such an efficient and like calculated way compared to seeing Cobb Vanth like look good using the armor, but clearly like does not use it to the effectiveness that Boba Fett. Yeah.
The piece de resistance. You see, Cobb Vanth is only, you'll remember him from the first episode. He's only good enough to take out, like, what, a speeder? Motherfucking Boba Fett uses the back rocket to take out two assault ships from the Imperial. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
By accident.
Oh,
That's what he said.
he's messing around.
I was aiming for
He
the
was
other one.
aiming for the other one, to be
Well,
fair.
he's got a sense of
But
humor.
no, it
I
was
thought that
very
on
funny.
purpose.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, he's got a sense of humor. I like
I
that.
love that line. It was it worked very well on
He's
me.
great.
But yeah, no, just Boba Fett is like a keyboard editor, and fucking like Cobb Vanth is just dragging and clicking. This is for like all
Wow.
my
Here,
all my
editor
Prometheus,
jokes.
Yeah,
all my
editor
Prometheus.
But yeah, so then the Dark Troopers come in, and like, what do we think of the Dark Troopers? Obviously, we don't really see them in action much. You know, they just fly and grab Yoda.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
Grogu,
Grogu.
and leave. But
I don't know what it was about them that reminded me the most of Spy Kids.
It's the foot rockets.
oh
Right?
That's
Yeah.
the only thing I don't like because foot rockets don't really make any sense.
yeah, it was kind of. It reminded me of Iron Man when they were coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
That makes more sense.
They are scary. They're badass. I like them. When they were coming down with the foot rockets, though, I was like, this is a little Battlestar Galactica-y, but, whatever. I'll let it slide because everything else is so good.
I think they're like the design looks very cool. I like their design. It's cool. It just looks like an evil robot stormtrooper. I'm excited to see what happens with those because people have been speculating that they're made out of like Beskar.
No.
So that would be pretty crazy.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
I wonder how you defeat them.
You gotta squeeze their hearts with the Force.
Maybe just you gotta use the Beskar spear. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's probably true.
But maybe they're not made out of Beskar. That could just be a theory. And then seeing Moff Gideon taunting Grogu.
Ah, fucking.
What a guy.
I will say when they're like shackle them and they bring out the little shackles. That was very funny. I know that's not supposed to be a funny moment, but the idea of them having like custom little baby shackles was
Star
very
Wars
funny.
is a big universe with lots of different appendage sizes.
And I know it makes sense, but it was just still very funny to me. It's just like put a little baby. It's like seeing a baby in handcuffs.
Yeah, exactly. Which police department is ordering those?
Yeah, that was funny, but I liked it. I thought it was cool. I mean, I thought it was nice to see the stun gun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times we've seen that since.
Maybe 2,
New Hope.
right? Altogether.
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen it at least one more time since the New Hope, but I don't know when.
Me too, but I don't know where. I feel like it was in live action, but I don't know where.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, but cool nonetheless.
Did we want to mention anything about people saying, like, commenting on like how this episode was shot?
Not really. I mean, all I want to say is that they're wrong.
Don't even give them the airtime.
Okay,
Don't.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think if they think it looked like a fan film, just because it was shot in a LA looking desert area, sure.
I just the only thing that I'll say about it is that I think after seeing episode after episode in these like very color graded like environments, seeing just the very natural environment itself was just jarring for people.
Yeah.
You know?
That's probably a lot about what it was.
I think it's what it really comes down to. Otherwise, it was a great episode, and for you to nitpick about that shows me that you're dumb. No kidding.
For me, the place where they shot it really adds to the realism. Like I loved seeing like the shiny stormtrooper armor. I love that armor, and I felt like it was like a real thing that happened almost. You know, like
it was
because
very
there was
gritty and realistic because of like it just looked more almost. Not documentary, but you know what I mean. It looked like, they're there.
It looked like it was on Earth, you know, and that's good. That doesn't take away from it. I thought it was good, you know.
Yeah, I liked the location. I thought it looked cool.
I agree.
Well, I like seeing Baby Yoda fuck with those stormtroopers, you know, with the, you know, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
What I did not like, and this is a nitpick, but when he whips out that Darksaber and then like a bunch of like black sponge squeezes out of the tube, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. I have never encountered a Darksaber. Huh? You know, when he turns on the Darksaber and it like kind of like grows out of his lightsaber. I mean, out of the thing.
You just thought the effect didn't look good?
The effect didn't look good. This is my first time encountering a whole Darksaber as a concept, so maybe I'm getting used to it, but I just think it's so dumb.
I like the Darksaber as a thing. I would agree. I don't really know if I liked the way it ignited. I thought that did look a little odd. It doesn't do it like a regular lightsaber. That's for sure.
Well, Star Wars itself can't seem to decide if lightsabers appear instantaneously or grow.
Yeah, didn't they do that in the last episode with Ahsoka? Like there were some shots where it just like snapped on and some I don't remember. Did it?
Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
And then she does the pulley one.
Yeah. So frankly, I am a big fan of the snap-on lightsaber, but you know, fans of the original trilogy will have their own opinions. Like when Obi-Wan and Vader,
they do that, but then earlier in that film when he gives Luke, it just bams on. I think both are cool.
They have different settings. I prefer the clap-on lightsaber.
That would be the worst thing. That would kill Star Wars for me if that was true.
I don't know, man.
You want the grow on or you want the snap? What do you want?
The grower or shower, man.
You know what, Mo? I agree. That's a very nitpicky thing. So
I have no opinions on the Darksaber. I think it exists. That's it.
Okay, cool. So my last thought on this episode was, now that we're seeing Din traveling with, obviously his ship blew up. And
that was
like so tragic. That's the tragedy, really, for me.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah, I'm sad that we're not going to see that.
The Razor Crest ever again.
But now that he's traveling with Boba Fett in the Slave One, do we think that are we going to see seismic charges in the season finale?
I hope so. I would love to.
We got it.
I want it so much.
Yeah, I really want to see that. And then
you want to make a bet?
Yeah, okay, we'll do the. I think we are going to.
Yeah, okay, let's
and
do
you
it.
think we're not going to.
I don't think we're going to.
I think we are going to. So
Double or
That's
nothing.
eighty
Where we
now.
at? We're at
We're
80
at 40, now we're at 80. $80 on the line, seismic charges.
$80
Oh,
seismic
man.
charges. They're going to be in.
The seismic charge is so awesome because I remember being in the theater and experiencing it for the first time. Like you never forget how like your entire skin vibrates
Ooh, yeah.
just from that
So
sensation.
good.
Yeah,
Dude, I was like 11 and I'd be in my room like,
my
Yeah.
whip versus yours.
That's a good quote from Arlnauts. It's a YouTube channel. Look it up.
oh,
Yeah, we'll show it to you later. Actually,
We'll show it to you, Mo. What was? Oh yeah, I just in general I look up that scene, which the starfight chase from episode 2 now and again, just because I love hearing that noise.
Just to
and that's a
feel
cool
something.
scene.
oh yeah.
Just to feel something again. But yeah, no, I wonder that, and I also someone made a good point where it's like, now that the Razor Crest is destroyed and Boba has the slave one with the Mando, you think he's gonna give that over to Mando at
Oh
the end
god,
of
I
the
wish this was
season?
the bet that we had. Yeah, I do. Bet me another $40.
No, we'll see where this goes.
I
He's
don't-
gonna give it to Mando.
I don't
bro.
want him to give it to Mando.
I don't think he should because, that's already such an iconic established ship. I just think that takes away from the uniqueness of the Mandalorian, like as a show.
Well,
Yeah.
look, Mando's gonna earn it. That's all I'm gonna say. He's gonna earn it. You guys are
I
gonna
mean,
change
I'm
your
think
mind.
sure what
earned-
they-
I think he deserves it now for sure. But do I think he should have it? No.
It'll like I think I still need more convincing that he deserves it. Not because I don't think that he's working hard enough, and I appreciate the idea of like how Mandalorian, they give off their armor and stuff for every future generation, and just like building this idea of like this father
Yeah,
relationship
yeah.
between like Grogu and Mando and Boba Fett. That's great. However, it's just the slave one, like that's such an important thing. It means so much.
It's guaranteed to happen. I
can't
promise.
I could be wrong. I might love it because I did love Boba, bringing him back, but it's hard
Yeah,
to
I mean,
wrap my head around.
I mean, seeing it'd be really cool if Din did get to use that ship for sure. But I also think I'm afraid that would mean. I mean, why would Boba do that? Would he just retire, or would he have to die?
I got you. Here it is. I'm gonna give you the line from 3 episodes from now.
Okay.
Oh well, open stranger in and shit like that. I don't know. I gotta just take it. Okay, bye.
She's a fine Sheila, and she's yours now, mate.
But yeah, going back. Wait, were you gonna say a funny?
No, I was gonna say Mandalore is Space Australia, but then I realized Boba's a foundling, so it wouldn't even make any sense.
Also, they're from New Zealand.
Oh, Taika Waititi is
And
gonna
Boba-
kick my ass.
Django,
I would pay to see that.
yeah, Django's from Concord Dawn. It's like a moon
Yeah.
of Mandalore.
Oh, perfect.
Moon of Mandalore.
So,
Concord Dawn.
Dawn is the New Zealand of Star
Yes,
Wars,
confirmed.
which is beautiful.
I
I wonder if a
that makes-
different Taika Waititi character is on there.
that makes Mandalore the Australia of Star Wars, right? Officially. Okay.
I
Did I say Mandalorian?
I could
Mandalore.
get behind that. Yeah.
Mandaloria.
I support that idea.
I just wanted to say one last thing about the Razor Crest. When the last salvageable quote unquote thing is the little ball.
Oh.
I'm just like
Heartbreaking.
when he first brought that out, when I saw it for the very first time, I was like, "You're gonna do something with this fucking ball that's gonna break my goddamn heart." And they did it. They finally did it. I'm like, why? It's such just a simple little thing,
Yeah.
but they attach so much meaning to it, and I love when people do that. I love it.
All right.
Yeah, it was good. All right, let's head over to Mo with the latest around the galaxy.
Hey, thank you, Nick. We're here outside of Dexter's Diner for the grand opening of a new eating establishment here in Coruscant. Let's head on inside. People are enjoying various foods. What about you, sir? What are you going to have today at the grand opening of... sad people. They really say the darndest things. Back to you, Nick.
Oh, thank you, Mo. Always a treasure, that segment. I never know what they're gonna say, and then they always surprise me.
It's always the darndest thing.
It's always the darndest things.
All All right, let's head over to our old segment from our very first episode called Now This is Podcasting. So originally, this was a segment where I came up with Star Wars trivia for Nick and Muhammad, but as we very easily discovered, it wouldn't work because their knowledge is just, it doesn't match up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Nick doesn't know anything, so I understand.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
know nothing about Star Wars, actually.
It was actually the same joke we told. Anyway,
Throwback.
so now it's actually a tag team between me and Muhammad, asking Nick
Oh,
questions.
no, I
about...
love being tag team.
Step in the ring, Nick
Okay,
Koss.
cool. Anyway, do you want to ask your question?
Oh, absolutely. In the Star Wars movies, all 9 of them, there are only 2 non-force sensitive users in the galaxy that use a lightsaber. Who are they?
There's more than 2.
There's
Well,
2.
I guess there's only 2 if you count Finn as being force sensitive.
I do.
Okay, cool. So, Han Solo and General Grievous.
Unbelievable! Bum.
We're clapping. We're clapping.
Yeah, because I don't know, because, I mean, I would say that he wasn't really force sensitive when he tried to first use it.
Yeah, I hear that. But, that's why I had to do the whole thing where I was like, oh no. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
We
Cool.
have 3 questions and a bonus question. That was question 1. My question is, name the 4 Jedi Masters that Darth Sidious kills.
Oh, dude, this is going to be... I love these guys. Stupid idiots. Okay, so Mace Windu,
Mm-hmm.
Kit Fisto.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but Sayazitin
I know what you're saying.
Oh, wow.
I have Sassy
Amazing.
Tin.
Sassy Tin.
and my homie Agent Kolar.
Dude,
Yep.
how the hell?
Look at that. All right. Ooh, I bumped into something.
Dude, there's only one explanation. This guy's Palpatine.
Unlimited power.
Question 3. I decided to change the bonus question, but
This is question 3. If I get this one right, I won. What do I get? What's my prize?
A kith.
A what?
a kiss.
A kith?
A kith.
Ew. What is that?
You know what it is.
All right. What's the question?
Question 3. Which of the following species are not seen in Jabba's palace or his spacecraft? A. Quarren. B. Mon Calamari. C. Jawa. Or D. Gamorrean.
Guys, next week, we gotta do a little harder than
Oh
this.
my God. I swear to God.
Diana's questions were kind of good. Your
Thank you.
question was kind of good. I actually
Whose
like
question
these.
is bad?
I enjoy these questions, but they gotta be a little trickier.
We're just trying, man. We don't know.
Dude, I swear to God, next time it's going to be like, how many people live in Coruscant? How many windows are in Coruscant City?
How many windows? No, I'm just fucking. These are some good questions, actually. Like, they're in the realm that I would expect them to be in. Good job.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, now I'm upset.
No, they are. I mean, because I don't know, people listening don't really understand. Like, I don't really read all the novels or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
no.
it's not like that's information I would expect you to try to like test me on. You know?
Right. So what we wanted to do is come up with questions specifically from the movies because it plays on
Right.
your talent of just knowing things visually, you know?
Wait, what we wanted to do is crush you like a tiny bug, but that remains to be
Crush
seen
you
if we.
like an ant.
Yeah. Answer the damn question.
Turns out we the ants.
Speak for yourself.
We bring the questions. You answer the questions. It's Kevin Spacey. Bug's Life.
Let's get that clip in here.
All right, you immediately get this question wrong.
No.
Next segment.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know the answer to this
let me
question.
just answer the
What's the
question.
answer?
It's the Mon Calamari.
Oh, no!
All right, do you want your bonus question then?
Yeah, let's
This
get it.
isn't in the movies.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I might not know this one.
What is General Grievous's flagship name?
Bum, 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 bum.
I feel like I do know this one, but I don't think I know this one.
What's your best guess?
Bum, bum,
You want a hint?
bum. It's not the jingle bell.
It's not.
Unusual to be loved by
It's not the
anyone.
invisible hand, is it?
It is. You
Oh
fucking
my
hate you.
God, I hate this guy. Are you
Why did you
fucking
answer when I was
This is
doing
fucking
my
ridiculous.
wow,
What?
my little saxophone thing? Oh, it's a trumpet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, that's right. All right, congratulations, you're the Star Wars boy.
Reigning champ, Nicholas.
Thanks, guys.
Or like we won't hate you, Nick. Thanks. This was so much fun.
Come back next week to be flayed alive.
I had a lot of fun with those. Excuse me. It's time for some Bombad fan mail. If you have a Star Wars question you need answered, comment down below, send us a message or an email to talkewok@gmail.com to be featured in our next episode. Our question this week comes from Jordan Delmado. Delmito? I don't know how to say your last name. We are friends in real life, so I'm sorry. He asks, if you were in the Star Wars universe, what profession would you want/have? And he has some suggestions here. Smuggler, bounty hunter, Jedi, Sith, senator, diner owner. Wow, there's a lot. Kaminoan cloner, queen insect, the guy that is always refueling ships when one lands. You can even be a Hutt. That's a job, right? What's your job and what's your MO? Mo, would you like to answer first?
I took a lot of time to pour all of myself into this question. That's why I came up with the name Jethro Bing Bong.
Oh, you fucking
Please,
sleazy little shit.
first of all, please don't take Jethro Bing Bong away from me.
That I will give it. You know what? I don't give Diana a lot of credit for when she makes up a good joke, but that was hers.
Yeah, Jethro Bing Bong is my joke.
Wow. I have never met two more starving dogs.
This is how
Snipe you with a
for
toxic
credit.
dart from across the
this
room.
is how it started, because we were coming up with like identities, essentially. Like how far are we going into this? We're just sticking to occupations. But like Nick was naming all of these like Star Wars characters, and I was like, yeah, you know, what Jethro Bing Bong. And just it's a fun name. I really like it.
So after I came up with the name and then Diana came up with that story, gotta take it away from me. I want to be a clone.
Like a clone trooper?
Yeah, that's the thing. It inevitably gets into that. I would prefer to be a clone not made for death and destruction. But
Okay.
sure, I could be a clone trooper.
Well, what clone? Who are you a clone of?
Oh, it would just be like thousands of me in the galaxy. I mean, that
well,
had
then
to
I
be,
think you'd have to be a trooper, right?
Yeah. I
If
can't
there's
imagine.
thousands, why would they create thousands of you? Is it a workforce, maybe?
Yeah,
And
yeah, like a
million
mining-
more on the way.
That's a good point. Why don't they make clones for like those kind of things, like mining and stuff?
Oh, they're too sentient. They're dangerous in that way. They think too much. It's better to have droids do
So
it.
it's better to have a whole army of clones
Humble
that have
brag.
weapons and can.
I get,
See
like,
what I'm saying?
Yes, but like they, if I'm correct, the clones are instilled with a sense of honor somehow. They got the honor gene.
Yeah, well, we gotta watch the Clone Wars. That's all I'll say. There's some things you don't know about clones. We gotta watch the Clone Wars.
Sir, we're not meant to be saved. We're expendable.
Not to me.
But it just reminds me of that Weird Al hit. I
have no idea what he's doing here.
Look at the way we go out walking close together. I guess you could say
I don't know.
I'm really beside myself. I still remember how it began.
I do know this song
They
now.
produced a carbon copy man. Born in a science lab late
I
one
don't know how,
night. They took
I
a
really
test
hope
tube and a
YouTube
donor.
doesn't somehow.
No, don't worry.
I think I'm a clone now.
Da, da, da.
It's just enough. It's just enough.
Yeah, Mo is our copyright-free music generator.
Yeah, and whenever
Because-
we need sounds,
Any song,
any
song.
songs, like we'll just get him to do it, and then YouTube
Right.
will be like, "Oh wow, an
You're like,
original."
you'll be like, no, YouTube, this is actually this song. What? Really? Oh, okay.
You guys want dubstep?
Bangarang. All right.
Cool. So do I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I thought about this for a while. I think that the two things that I wanted, I think were the most interesting to me is I either want to be like some sort of collector, of artifacts, of things, of antiques. Similar to Maz Kanata, but that's where it ends.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh,
so
that's
you
not
don't
where it
have
ends.
butthole eyes.
Yeah, no, I just want to make it clear, no butthole eyes here.
You guys see a picture
Which
of her
is
in
my
real
official
life.
motto. Hey, I have the biggest eyes here. Yeah, that's right. Kill yourself. But yeah, no, I would like to be a collector because I think that'd be cool. Just like an opportunity to like take as much from this vast universe would be just a cool thing to do. And it was either that or like a xenolinguist.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be cool.
So the second one is
that's
cool.
kind of cool.
The first one, you just want to like steal people's
Wait.
I don't
cultural
want to steal
shit.
things.
The first one is she wants to own Watto's junkyard.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you're like taking cultural artifacts from
No,
around the world
I'm paying for them.
She's
to,
the one
to
who bought
bounty
him out.
hunters.
I just want to be like, hey, look at this cool thing.
What?
Similar to how I am in real life.
Wow.
Wait. So what's your what planet would you like to live on with your collection?
I don't know.
Or would you be like a traveling collector?
I don't think I'd be a traveling collector. I feel like that's too much shit that I gotta move around.
No, Naboo's a nice place. Yeah.
Naboo's a beautiful
Yeah, no,
place.
Naboo's really pretty. Or Naboo.
Naboo.
But I also like, is it Chandrila? Chandrila?
Which one is that? Is that where they just were?
I don't know where
No.
they were.
What's Chandrila?
Chandrila?
Chandrila. Isn't that the capital of like the New Republic?
Let me look that up.
Isn't that the place that gets
I'm
blown
fine-
up in the Force
I don't
Awakens?
know if you guys know this, but I'm the fact checker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the first time we're using our fact checking source.
Diana
Make some
fact
put
check.
some R2D2 noises here.
A beep boop. A beep boop. A beep boop.
That's good. That's good.
Bloop.
R2. I swear to God, you are more of a dickhead every day.
We're done for.
We're done for.
I know that
It's our lot in life
like
to suffer.
Mon Mothma's like home planner or whatever.
Fucking
Really?
like a
Okay.
nihilist C-3PO
Well, anyway,
Yep, it's the capital.
of the New Republic.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry for your...
yeah, doesn't it get blown
I know,
up in
but
the
it's
Force
so
Awakens?
pretty in the post.
Did you lose anyone there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Diana gave me a really good suggestion earlier this week, and I can't really disagree with it. I would love to be a pod racer.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, I knew it. As soon
I
as
disagreed.
I was thinking about it, I was like, this is
also
perfect
here,
for Nick.
right?
Yeah.
So like watching, The Mandalorian and everything, I'm thinking, of course, I'd want to be like a bounty hunter, but I recognize that that's like, I don't think I'm cut out for that really. I mean, you kind of have to have a. Obviously, Din has a code of honor and stuff, but you kind of have to be okay with killing a lot of people, and I don't think I could do that really.
It's fine by me.
And then I was, the other obvious choice is like, well, do you want to be a Jedi? Maybe. I don't want to be in the Jedi Order, so no. And I don't want to be a Sith because I don't want to be evil and be betrayed by my friends. So, but pod racer, that seems really cool. You get to like go around the galaxy, see different places, and I'm assuming I get to pick up some like knowledge about the mechanics of it as I'm going, because I would probably be repairing it and maintaining it, and obviously I'm gonna have some like Twi'lek babes as my masseuses
yeah, of
before
course.
pod races, like Sebulba. He had a good thing going there.
Not to raid on that parade,
Mhm.
but you're thinking you're like the NASCAR driver of pod racers. But when you're on Tatooine, you're like hey, let's get some ATVs and go to my dad's backyard of pod racers. And then
Well,
one of you
here's-
dies.
Well, that's where you're wrong though, because those guys are like the NASCAR racers of pod racing.
Bro, they had that like slave kid compete with them.
He was very good. He was very good.
Yeah, I mean you can buy your way. It was an expensive race. Like they bought his way in. Like if you pay to be in.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So, I guess NASCAR maybe not isn't a great comparison.
Formula One.
This
But
is
like,
sorry.
it
Go
just
ahead.
looks like a lot of fun, and I've always like imagined what it would be like to be able to. You'd have really good reflexes because you'd have to,
Yeah.
or you'd die. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I just think pod racing is one of those one of those jewels that George Lucas like made when he was doing the prequels.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, agreed.
The thing I was going to say was completely irrelevant, but just because you mentioned Tatooine, when Boba in this latest episode was like, yeah, he left her on the
Tatooine.
on the sands of Tatooine. I'm like,
Sands of Tatooine.
and like in comparison to what, the grass of Tatooine, the snowy fields of
Snowy
Tatooine.
fields of Tatooine. Yeah,
That could be anywhere. Sorry,
sure.
it was just a thing
Whatever,
that like
yeah.
popped in my brain. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this episode.
Oh, wow. Already?
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Ewok Talk to become part of the tribe. If you want to see more of our content, you can follow me at BobyFoot on Instagram or Maladaptive Films on YouTube.
Or you can follow me on Ewok Talk on Facebook.
I have a YouTube as well.
And its name is...
It's called Bitter Peaches. I talk about anime. So if you want to follow that, you can do that too.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about our personal stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah, you guys ever been to R Funny?
people-
I run R Funny, so
He doesn't.
head on over to R Funny.
Uh-huh.
All right, that was another episode of Ewok Talk. Thanks for listening in this week. And as always, nub nub.